Hi, everybody on Facebook and everywhere else. If you're watching this recording. So Eryka is a beautiful client of mine in Singapore, right? You're in Singapore. So I wanted to interview her today with her experience of working with me and being part of our amazing, beautiful container. So Eryka, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to pin you now before I forget. Please, can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi everyone, I'm Eryka and I am a personal growth coach. I help self-conscious women build better relationship with themselves so that they can be the best version of them.
Yay! Thank you so much for that introduction. Okay, so let's get stuck into the questions. The first question I have for you is, how would you describe Nina as a person and what's it like to work with Nina?
Okay, Nina, what is she like as a person? She does not tolerate shit from anybody. But she has this really rare quality about her where she seems to know what we need at the time that we need, sometimes even before we need it, or sometimes when we do not know that we need it or that even it exists. So that happens with me, that she showed me what compassion and giving myself space is like by first giving me that. And that has triggered my growth a lot. Yeah, there's just so much to learn from her.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I end up having this like sore cheeks whenever I do these because I'm just smiling the whole time. So Eryka, what were your results in your business before working with Nina?
Well, before I was working with Nina, I thought that I could do everything on my own. And I was just really going everywhere, anywhere. And I wasn't really focused because I was trying to do too many things at one go. And I was trying to find ways to not go too far out of my comfort zone. But with Nina, I kind of have a way forward, and she allows me to come and do it in my own time while being myself. And she just held the belief for me when I didn't have that belief, and just knowing that she will be there to catch me if I fall allows me to actually get out of my comfort zone a lot more, because I will be thinking, you know, what could possibly happen? If anything happened, I'll just, Nina, I need help. And I know that she will be there. You know, so the difference is that, I guess the biggest is that I dare to go out my comfort zone, and I have a clearer path knowing what I do. And I'm totally reaping the results.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the results. What were your results with, let's say, financially, with the clients? What were your packages? And how has that evolved since working with Nina?
I used to do ad hoc session because of my belief about not tying people down to packages. And that was something that I discussed with Nina about it. And she managed to give me another perspective, which allowed me to understand. She didn't mind that I was asking her a lot of questions in order for me to make sense, because I really need to make sense. And after that, I tried the packages. I don't think I'll ever go back to it, because it's a win-win situation. My clients get a lot more out of it. I can see more growth in them. It's a lot more consistent. I'm closer with my clients. And for myself, is I do not need to repeat myself every single time I go in with a client, or just the fact of uncertainty over there. When I sell a package, I know that this client is going to be with me for 3 months, and it allows me to pace myself better, to know how to know what to expect from my future sales, and then be able to plan myself financially as well.
I love that. And so people I know are always wondering, are people making more of an income? And so how much more has your income increased? Is it by double, triple? Like how much more has your income increased?
I think my income has increased. Oh, that's quite hard because last month I actually sold like 4 packages in a month. So that means 1 per week. That's crazy, right? I would never think that I'll be able to achieve that, but with Nina's guidance, I've got it. So as compared to the ad hoc, I think it has to be like, I don't know, 10 times. My math is not fantastic, but I think it will be somewhere there, yes.
Yay! Amazing. Hitting new personal best is always really, really, really exciting. And so, Eryka, I want you to think back to the moment before you decided to work with Nina. Why did you decide to work with me back then, when you think about where your mindset was back then?
Honestly, I was feeling really iffy about working with Nina, and especially it's a big commitment. But after talking to her, she just felt really sincere, and she did give me some aha moment as well. And I was thinking to myself, you know, if she can give me some aha moment in that 30 minutes, like what kind of aha moment is she going to give me for 6 months? So then I decided to just go with my gut feeling, which is, by the way, something that she's teaching me now, to follow my gut instinct. So that's the first time that I follow my gut instinct, and I told my partner that, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. So, and then he went, okay, if you're so sure, follow it. And that was the first time that I followed my gut instinct, and it was really, really good. So yeah.
And so how are you feeling now, being able to 10x your income, being able to charge packages, be able to make so much more money doing what you're doing, but you also get to make a bigger impact than you were doing before, doing ad hoc, coaching sessions, and being able to trust your intuition. How does that feel for you now?
It feels really, really, really amazing. I feel really empowered. I have more energy and as well. I think, sorry, I need to repeat again.
I did ask a lot of questions. How do you feel now after all of these things have opened up for you, and you're really learning to trust yourself? How do you feel now?
I feel really empowered, and it is something that I wouldn't have thought would be happening so soon. It just feels like whatever that I want is just coming a lot easier now. Over the months, being with Nina and the container has tweaked my thinking, because everybody's is just so in sync with each other, inspiring each other. You know, there is like never a single bit of like negativity in the container, and being in it is just wonderful. You just got to experience it yourself to know it. It allows me to overcome many limiting beliefs as well, to really believe in myself, being happy for others when they achieve it. Yeah, I don't know, I never thought that everything would happen so fast, and being able to handle disappointment better as well. Well, they don't really come much anymore because I've learned how to detach myself from disappointment. So that is a big gift that Nina has given me. Yeah, have joy when you're winning, and then disappointment, just detach yourself from it. So
I love that so much. So again, thinking back to where you were, your mindset before you started working with me, now looking back, what were the blind spots that you found looking back that you didn't see back then, but you see now?
blind spots. I think my blind spots are very blind. I don't even know that they exist, like ever. I think I'm the classical case of, you know, you cannot ask a question because you don't know it exists. So that was exactly me. And then that results me to going round and round and round. And me being afraid of stepping out of my comfort zone. Then with the blind spot, that makes everything just worse. because I didn't know what question to ask, means that when I am with Nina, whatever how do I say, the steps that she laid out for me, it was easy for me to just follow and just go in order to achieve what I want. I didn't have to worry about, not knowing what questions to ask, because she already laid out there for me to try. And after, when I dare to try, and I can come back to her with my questions, because then I already know. So then it doesn't matter what blind spots I have or whatever knowledge that I lack, it doesn't matter anymore.
That's so powerful, Eryka. So powerful. I hope everyone who is listening to this has written that down. What you don't you don't know doesn't matter if you've got that guidance and support. And that really ties into my next question. Does Nina's conscious sales method work?
Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Honestly, when I was reading the contract and everything, it was a little bit intimidating, because there was something inside that says about she does not guarantee your results. And then I'll be thinking in my head, like, what kind of person sells something so expensive and they don't guarantee your results, right? So now that I am in it, I get why she put it that way, because whatever results that we have really, really depend on ourselves, right? And that's the beauty of being with Nina, is that she never expects anything of us, which is why the results is also not guaranteed. Because the only thing that she expects of us is that we work hard and that we follow what she laid out for us. And if you do, and you have the courage to do it, then yeah, you will have the results. And I'm on my way there, and I'm seeing it so far, and it's just like my third month now, and it's already 10 times my earnings. So yeah, it's working.
Yay, I love that. So overall, how do you feel that Nina has supported and CSM, right? Our group container that we have twice a week. How do you feel that Nina and the CSM community has supported you in your life and in your business?
I used to think that group calls, how helpful can group calls be? Because there's so many people on a group call, and everybody is on different level, and everybody will be like wanting to ask different questions. So those are the thoughts that go through my head when I sign up. I go like, I don't really want a group calls. It's like a waste of time. But group calls are actually really useful, because it allows us to know what is coming ahead, because people have already experienced it, and you hear the advice that is being dealt to them, and you kind of like, oh, okay, so there's this, and then you have the awareness, and having that awareness is powerful, because it just gets you ready, and you know what's coming. And if something comes prematurely, okay, that sounds a bit wrong, but yeah, you know how to deal with it. And for the people who started later than you, so they're in the earlier stage, you're able to guide them, and it allows you to realize how far you actually have come. And it allows you to realize that once upon a time I was like that, and because I had the courage to get out of my comfort zone, I am where I am now. So being in the middle, it allows me to also know that, hey, you just need to get out of a comfort zone more, and then you just get more and more scary, but you're going to get there. And then one day you're going to look back and go like, hey, come, let me pull you up.
That's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. My next question actually really ties into that as well. What is the conscious sales community like? How would you describe our community?
Oh, it's a community with like-minded souls, I would say. Everybody is just focused on their business while not being selfish. Everybody is just open to share. There is a really clear understanding with everybody that, we are here for our business, we want to show up for our business, but at the same time, we are not worried to help each other out, because we want the best for each other's business as well. So having that kind of support, and being an entrepreneur sometimes is a little bit lonely, and having that community, even though I am in Singapore and you're in Australia, just having that online group, like friends in a way, like my virtual friends, it makes a lot of difference as well. And knowing that people are going through what I'm going, it's just different from when you're trying to explain to somebody who doesn't know anything about it. So yeah, so having this is a lot nicer than I would expect it to be. Yeah.
It's one of those things where most people don't realize that they need a community until they find a community and they're like, how did I last so long without having this?
Yeah, it's so different.
I love that. Okay, so Eryka, what do you think makes Nina and her programs, her courses, her container different to others that you have invested in?
Well, honestly, Nina is my first investment as to have like a former coach. But before Nina, because the investment is quite substantial, I actually went and shop around as with many other people, right? And the thing is that with other people, they just give you like a template, right? Yes, I get that everybody goes through the same thing. But the difference with Nina is that she has a template, but she doesn't ask you to follow that template exactly, because somehow we still need some sort of difference with different business, different personality and everything. But she allowed us to inject our personality into it. In fact, she asks, like, she will want us to, find ourselves, use this as a framework, and then inject whatever that we need into it and just make it ours. And she's not worried about, us using anything that she provides, even in public or anything. She's more than happy to let us use everything. And she, how do I say, she is always there for us to just answer question if it's urgent, and if it's just something not urgent that is like the community that I was talking about earlier, yeah, they are there to answer it. Or there's always the wonderful Chris, which is her assistant. So you're not really worried actually. You have framework to follow, and you can have your personality. You can have your own commitment, however much commitment you want or not want. But you might get scolding from her if you do that, because she does not tolerate that. Yeah.
So funny. There was I had a call with Chantel, Chantel. So for everyone watching, one of my other clients, and we're going through some profile, like personality stuff that Chantel does, and it says one of the metaphors for my personality is there is no substitute for action.
Oh yeah. 100%. That's really accurate though.
Yeah, it's so funny. Okay, so how has your understanding and skill of sales transformed learning about conscious sales?
I learned that, okay, that is the biggest shift in me, the mindset of being a salesperson. When I came on with Nina, I had this mentality that when you're a salesperson, there is that, that door to door salesperson sleazy thing that, they're always like pushing you, and it just totally turns me off. And when I think of salesperson, it just somehow links me to that sleazy person. And I didn't want to be there. And that was why I didn't really want to put myself out there to make any sale of any kind. So that was my mentality. So fast forward now, after working with Nina, I realized that not everybody is for me, and I'm not for everybody. And I only offer it to people that I can connect with, people that I think I'm able to help, people that are ready. So I don't push myself to people that are not ready. So then I'm not a sleazy person, because when I think about myself dealing with a sleazy salesperson, they just push whether I want it or not, whether I think it will help me or not, or whether I'm ready or not. They just push and push, right? So I'm not that person. It's like a totally different. And my intention, she always teaches us about integrity as well. So my sales method is always very it comes from a place of good. a place where I truly care, and I truly care what happens to each and every one of them. And if I think that I can't help them, even though they are willing to sign up with me, I will not take it, because it would just be on my conscience, right? Like, oh, why am I doing this? It's not what I want. Because so yeah, so that's the biggest shift, I think. And it allows me to, because of that, I'm able to communicate better with people. Sometimes I'm just talking to people randomly and they go like, oh, are you going to make me, are you trying to sell me something? I said, no, I'm just chatting with you. I mean, if you want, great. If you don't want, then I just made a friend. And you never know, right? And people are like, oh, okay. And that allows me to talk to people a lot more easily. And oh yeah, and she teaches you how to talk as well to people, because I hate small talk and I'm not good at small talk. So I literally spent like a few weeks asking her how to talk, and getting from the container, like, how do I answer this when a person say this? So yeah, she does teach that too.
Yes, it's a big topic of conversation in our container.
It is.
And it's a lot of people struggle with it. It's it's a challenge for most people. It could be a blind spot for people who are listening right now. They're like, oh yeah, that's me. So Eryka, why do you feel that Nina is the go-to person when it comes to sales?
Mainly, I would think is the integrity. And as entrepreneur, the reason why we want to be entrepreneur is because we are so sick of dealing with politics, or dealing with people telling us what to do, what they think we should do, what is expected of us, and everything. That's the reason why we become entrepreneur, right? So that we are our own people, we do things by our own standard and everything. So Nina is a go-to person because she does not like she does not set any particular standard for us to achieve. Okay, that's not correct. Like, she doesn't have any expectations of us besides to work hard. And she does not she's not worried about telling us that, hey, you know what you're doing is totally wrong, or call us out on our shit. Basically, she has no qualm about doing that. And sometimes you just need that, but she does that in a way that it does not infringe on the way you do things. She just tell you what kind of standard you need to reach. You can really reach it in your own time, in your own way, but you need like a baseline there, sort of like a foundation for it. So I think that's really good. I really like the freedom that she provides, the integrity that she enforces, the belief that she held for us, or is still holding for me, because I have belief in myself now, you see. So yeah, and she teaches us not to be a sleazy salesperson. That's the most important thing ever. Yeah.
Okay, I like this question. It's one of my favorite questions. Who is not for Nina?
Oh, well, who's not for Nina? I think everybody in the container will say the same thing. The person who is not for Nina is if you do not like to if you're not accountable for your own things, if you like to procrastinate a lot, and you get really defensive if someone call you out on your shit. If you are the kind of people who just live by excuses, then Nina is probably not for you. You will probably be really miserable inside. And yeah, you'll be like wondering, why do you pay so much money to be suffering? So yeah, Nina will not be for you if you are that kind of person. Yeah.
Yes to all of that. So on the other end of the spectrum, who do you feel is for me?
Well, if your heart is in the right place and you're always ready to go, you are flexible in a way that you are open to possibilities, you are ready to step out of your comfort zone, you are accountable for your own action. You have integrity, and you come from a place where you truly want to help people, then Nina is for you.
Yes. Oh, Eryka, I love that so much. Something that you touched on was you didn't think it was going to happen this fast. So
Yeah.
how long do you think it would have taken for you to 10x your income, to be able to, generate 4 clients in a month on a new package? How long do you think that would have taken you if it wasn't for us working together?
I'm not sure really, because then I'll be still going on with my ad hoc thing. And previously I was undercharging because I didn't dare to charge too much, because I was thinking that, if I charge too high, then I would potentially lose out on people who cannot really afford me. And I was charging really little, because if I think back now, it would take me so many sessions in a month in order to make a full-time living. And by the time I make that full-time living, I will be so checked out that, I will not be at my best for my clients. So I think maybe 3 years or 2 years before I realized I'm stupid or something. like, what are you doing? Like, hey, something is wrong. So yeah, I think it'll take me at least 2 to 3 years to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such an interesting question, because how do we measure our mindset? Right?
Yeah.
So even the work that you do, Eryka, with supporting your clients in building a stronger relationship with themselves and a stronger relationship with the people in their lives, if someone doesn't know how to love themselves, how do you measure the impact that that could make in their life? Because it's something that's challenging to monetize, to figure out how much it's actually, how long would it have taken? How has it affected your relationships? How does it affect the way that you live? But I'm so grateful that you've been so willing to follow the process. You've had the courage to take action. You've trusted yourself, and you've just keep going strength after strength. So I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So a couple more questions. Eryka, what would you say to someone who's maybe been watching me for a while, maybe is looking at some of the stuff I'm doing, and they're sitting on the fence about reaching out to me?
That was exactly what I did. So I do get you if you are just sitting on a fence and just feeling really worried. That's normal. But having that worriedness is good in a way, because when you're worried means that this investment means a lot to you. And when something means a lot to you and you take that leap of faith to just go for it, there's a higher chance that you'll work harder, because you go like, oh my God, I just spent so much money and I better make some money back. And then that will kind of push you in a way as well. And if you're unsure about what Nina does, I think the best way is to just go on, just, contact her, just get on a call with her, feel her vibes, because her vibes when she's in a group call and her vibe when she is solo with you, she's just really different. She has the ability to just morph from, I don't know, like she has a few persona that she fits into when she feels that you need them the most. Because she will know what you need, no matter which phase in the business you are at. Because I've seen her being with people, whether are they in like earning already like 5 figures already, and she's just helping them up more, or people who are like totally starting up from zero when they're not earning any money. And for people like me who's earning some money but earning not enough money, I've seen her deal with everybody. So I think if you just give yourself a chance, and it's really more of yourself, like what do you want for yourself? If you really want to, like, hey, I want to get into this for real, then just give yourself a chance, at least to just talk to her and see how it feels. I mean, not everybody is for Nina, and Nina is not for everybody. So just feel it out, because she might be good for me and not good for you. So just try out and see how it goes.
Yes. Yes. Love that. Okay, so Eryka, what is possible for you now that you have accelerated time from 2 to 3 years to a few months? What do you see now that's possible for you now that's that little bit closer in being able to grasp?
When I first met Nina, I believe that, or rather, I thought that I'm okay with earning lesser. Like just to get by is fine because I'm doing what I love. So that was what I think. And when I was chatting with Nina, I think just last week or a couple of weeks back, I realized that I have now the ability to dream bigger because I have so much more faith in myself, so much more faith in the things that I do, knowing how capable I am or I can be. And the potential is just sort of, it has become like from like really limited to like just limitless, it's like just abundance there. And she taught me about scarcity mentality as well. So that really helped. And I think, yeah, I just, everything is just so, everything just seems to be a potential now. Everything's a possibility now. It's a matter of if I'm willing to do the work or if I dare to dream, because it can be scary to dream sometimes and it can be scary to know that it's possible, but you just don't dare to reach it. So yeah, that is the biggest change. Like everything is just abundance.
I'm so proud of you. I absolutely love seeing where people are when they come into the container. And I love that I really promote you guys to support each other. So it's such a great way for you to see how much you've grown. But for me, when I see you guys realize, oh my gosh, I've grown so much. Oh my gosh, look at how far I've come. Oh my gosh, I used to be there. That is so rewarding for me. And I'm so glad that you've been able to see that for yourself as well. So Eryka, if someone's listening or watching this and they're thinking, oh my gosh, Eryka's so amazing. Well, I want to be like Eryka. What piece of advice would you give to people if they want to be where you are?
Let go. I think that is the biggest word for me. Letting go of whatever holds you back. Because a lot of time we do not realize that we are our biggest obstacle more than anything. And if we want something enough, we will find ways to get it. We will, because there is, in this age of information overload, there is literally help everywhere. So just you having the ability to let go, it will allow you to achieve so much more, like so much more.
Yes. And so tell us once more, who do you serve again?
Sorry?
Tell us once more, who are your SACs? Who are your soul aligned clients? Who do you serve?
Well, I serve self-conscious women who are just so tired of, them getting in their own way. Women who are so, who are just abusing themselves, being so harsh on themselves, always pushing themselves, always putting themselves as the last person who wants better for themselves, who wants to get over their own toxic beliefs, behaviors, emotions, your emotional baggage. And these are the people that I serve that wants to be that best version so that they can be better for the people that they love and really everybody around them.
And so where is the best place for people to connect with you? If they'd like to connect, if they'd like to get your support, where can they go?
Or you can just find me on my Facebook. So Eryka Liu, just find me there and just message me and I'll get back to you.
Perfect. And so is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
I think that I just want to thank you. I guess it's a bit premature because we do have some more time left, but I'm really excited about the months that we have left. And I think this is really one of the best decisions that I've made so far. And I'm really happy because Nina has allowed me to cross so many different boundaries that I've set for myself. While I can do my work for myself, but if I do not know the direction to go, then having the ability is like having no ability. So thank you for allowing me to find my way by providing that framework and guidance. That has been really, really, really helpful. Yeah.
It's been my pleasure, and it's literally so beautiful watching you flourish like a big butterfly. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so proud, just doing so well. So again, my love, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing. You know, the work that you're doing with your clients is so needed. And you just committing to yourself just allows you to serve to an even greater capacity. And so if I know sometimes we just sometimes forget to tell our mentors, but I'm sure that your clients are also like, Eryka's changed my life. So I want to thank you for the work that you're doing. I want to thank you for trusting me, for trusting the process, for being such an amazing part of our community. We love having you in our community. And yes, I want to thank you as well. Bye, everyone.